Aaron? I think the stream. Aaron, did you crash or did I crash? Did you do something? Or did I do something? Maybe? Did it crash for you? Where do I find editor logs? Yeah, Unity. I think it's the GPU gets overloaded for some reason. Runs out of memory. I don't know what it's trying to do, but it's happened before. I think it might be the cars that are like spamming out. I'll see here if I can find. Yeah, I probably should, huh? I'm like, guys, if you had all you need to play my game is a RTX 8090, it's not a problem. Let's see here. Unity editor. Yeah. See Mac OS window. Yeah. That the one. Let's just check the editor here. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, exactly. I think it's like drawing to render textures or something. Swap chain present failed. Device removed out of local memory. Yeah, exactly. So there's some memory leak on the graphics card end. But it seems to be like spontaneous and not necessarily a constant. Yeah, I definitely want some nicer oh, it's still copying, loading. Yeah, that's the only way to play Penguin Ice, the RTX 10,000. Oh, hey, Gufford. Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna do anything. We'll just shut this down. I don't know. We can see if there's like a leak just walking around, maybe. I think it's related to the cars. Like class vehicle VFX. Yeah, we were doing some taxi driving just earlier. It's taxi's working now. I'm gonna synchronize another build that has it fixed in multiplayer, and then you guys can play it in multiplayer if you want to. Aaron Gaming, we were Aaron and I, we were doing some playtesting, and then my Unity crashed spontaneously. But I think I need to take a little quick lunch break before I get back. I'm wondering what our next plan of action should be. So I could spend more time polishing up the taxi job, or we could look to do other plans. I think decorating the apartment might be a nice fix because that one didn't work. But also tracking down the crash might be relevant. We'll try to track down the crash when I get back. See if we can find Slide on water. Yeah. I don't know when I got banned on TikTok Live, but no, I got banned ages ago. They just no reason, no explanation. They just revoked my right to stream on TikTok. I don't know why. I mean, there's like an insane amount of TikTok live slop. You know, you have like these NPC streams, which they also ended up banning, but you have streams that are worse than that. I think they banned those streams for like begging for gifts on live. TikTok, it's my biggest following, but it's my least engaged following. Instagram is far more engaged because Instagram actually pushes my post to people's page, but TikTok just doesn't give a damn. Shows me things that I liked. I think I generally don't like stuff on Instagram. I might like stuff by accident, maybe. But maybe there's some stuff I like willingly. I don't know. Oh yeah, some posts with a penguin. Yeah, I will like those. Okay, I'm uploading the fixed taxi build, and then I'm gonna take lunch, and then we'll be back to see if we can track down what's causing this crash. Yeah, I mean, shorts in terms of live action, for sure, shorts is absolutely killing it. Okay, seems like the build is on the way up. So I'll be right back. Gonna take my lunch. See you guys soon. So if anyone asks, I'm BRB. Yeah, I mean, Twitch has the best returning viewers. However, Shorts is seeing a lot of return viewers as well. There are a lot of people who are regulars on Shorts, surprisingly enough. But yeah, anyway, the new multiplayer working build is up for Taxi. So if you guys want to try it out, if you want to organize and play together, you can do that while I'm taking lunch. If not, I'll just be right back. So yeah. All right, I'm back. A little long lunch there, but let's see what causes these crashes, huh? Oh, thank you very much, Daddy Frosty. Yeah, the playlist is actually it's this 24/7 dark fantasy lo-fi. I mean, it has AI sloth images, which is kind of depressing, but it's quite nice. I feel like it doesn't let me down. And at least the AI slop images are of penguins, you know, and that's a plus. You know, considering I'm a penguin streamer. And it also has like some lore stuff as well. I don't know exactly what's up with that. So, yeah. Anyway. Let's see here. So, if we can profile this, I don't know if the profiler is going to tell us. Like in terms of memory. Sorry. I wonder. Oh, awesome. Like there, the batch count goes up. Way up. Yeah, these are all. I have some shaders I've made, but yeah, it's not super efficient. Like that batch group is awesome. The house is just gonna boom. But it's quite inefficient. But still, I don't know exactly what, like... I think it's something car related. I don't know. It happened when I was over here and looking down. That's when I crashed the last time. I mean, obviously here, rendering is like kind of chill, and then you look down and bam, the batch count goes up. Which, you know, fair enough. I mean, there it's looking at the entire... I don't know, like, does it show the GPU? The VRAM used? Yeah, GPU usage. Oh, HDRP and URP renderers are not currently supported. Okay. What do you say? 1,000 times car mechanic NPCs unconfigured at 000? I mean, there it's using freaking 11, but that's native. I don't know. To me, it seems like the crashes are too spontaneous. Gmod reference. Was that a thing in some level or something, or what? Or is it a Gmod video? The 3080, I think. I'm not sure. Yeah, but it's not, you know, this crash. There was another crash that was a fault of. Yeah, that's the thing though. I'm saying it is all fine. There is no issue I'm having. It's that. It's that the game randomly crashes. There was another random crash, if you will, and I'm using random in a loose sense because the reason for the crash was that when cars would fall from great heights and land on the ground, sometimes their wheels would get stuck in the ground, and I had like this particle effect that would spawn when the wheels were colliding at a certain velocity. But the thing is, because they got stuck in the ground, the collision never resolved, which meant that it ended up in an infinite loop. Or not infinite, but it would instantiate basically unlimited particle effects at a rate of whatever frame per second you had, filling up your VRAM instantly, right? If it's like 240, you know, if you're running at 100 plus frames per second, And then you were spawning in 100 particle effects per second times 4, because 4 wheels, so that's 400 particle effects per second. That's a bit much, and that takes its toll on the VRAM, and it just filled it up instantly and crashed the game. But I don't think there's a memory leak per se. I don't think there's anything constant going on. 99% sure. I think this is all I don't know. I think we need to look through the code, but I'm like, the way it happened here was it happened in this car vehicle VFX script. You see these particle.play, and there's also .emit. These would emit upon crashing. But I have like, yeah, max particles per second. I set that in as a variable, and if it can emit or not. I have that set up, so that's blocking. Maybe we should just do like in the directory of vehicle controller in scripts, we can search for .play. Yeah, that's the only place where we play collision particles. .emit. And that's the only place where it emits. Well, it's built in with the vehicle system, right? So one plays and one emits. But I'm using a vehicle asset specifically because I did design my own vehicle controller at one point, but it worked. And then I wanted to have something that would have like destructible parts and stuff, and I figured why reinvent the wheel for like mesh deformation, and I just used an asset and then modified it to fit with like, it wasn't networked or anything, so I had to like do all the networking myself and figure that out, which was a mess and a half, but still not entirely networked either. But like, the mesh deformation is generally networked. But I don't think this is it. But you can see here in the crash, like, swap chain present failed. And I guess swap chain is like swap memory, right? And it gets device removal, and device removal happens when you ran out of local memory. And the budget is 7.6 or whatever, or no, yeah, we're the spiking of the draw calls is fine. I'm debugging the crash that happened earlier when the stream shut off, which you may or may not remember. But it's happened before, but I don't know what causes it. Like the little rendering spikes are sort of expected, you know, given that there's no like loading or there's no general optimization going on here in the city. So I'm expecting this to run slowly. Like I'm getting what, like 40 FPS looking at the town right now. But that's also because I'm profiling. I think I generally get like 50 or whatever if I, yeah, like 50, 40, 45. But yeah, performance generally whatever. It's these crashes that I wonder about. And this exact crash of running out of memory happened when the car's tires got stuck in the ground. But that's not the issue anymore because I've already set in the proper preventions for that happening. Yeah, because I have this one, which is the amount of particles emitted per this second, which is looking at all the wheels total. And then the particle emission cooldown is a variable that's also set here in the vehicle effects. And then I'm looking at if the time passed since this specific wheel emitted a particle is greater than that cooldown. If so, you're good to go. But I just don't think this is the one. Max particles per second is 120. Maybe I need to like change that. I'll make this not be serialized. And we'll set that to like 60 or something. I don't know. Just in case. I don't know if that's the reason. Well, I have this. I mean, this is the only thing I have, like the crash data, but it doesn't tell me more beyond the fact that I well, it's not blue screen of death actually. It's the computer stays on. The the graphics card shuts off, disconnects itself because it gets overloaded spontaneously. Flooded. Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's I'm not the only one who's had these crashes randomly where it just completely obliterates your GPU and shuts down all the things running on it. Like the computer sees it as disconnecting itself because the VRAM gets filled up to the brim. But it was easier earlier because the reason for the crash was related to freaking cars falling down from the sky, which was easier to replicate. But now I don't have any idea how to replicate the crash, which is also like, there's no point trying to track down the cause of the crash if I don't even know. if I don't even know how to trigger it. Yeah, but it's not even guaranteed that it is particles, I guess. But I don't know. I think I'll just... like, do death. I'm assuming you can only do death. If not, is dead. Is dead. Why would you do if not is dead? When it's already checking it. I don't know. Okay. I don't know why it's only looking at... like, if I do dot play, but then I do particle... like, here it's doing, obviously, some... how is this indexing working? Why is it not finding... what the fuck? Is it, like, not indexed or something? Yeah, I don't necessarily think that's it though. But why is it not finding... okay, now it's working. Okay, so I guess some weird indexing issue. Here we have some exhaust particles and boost particles and on backfire particles. So these are some fellas that emit. Because emit is obviously something that can run repeat. Like anything that emits. But I don't know. I don't think any cars have boost. But, you know, we'll set... I don't know. I didn't make this asset, so the whatever fault this particle system is with them, you know? I take no responsibility, but I do have to deal with the fallout. But I am thinking here. Like, would this be enough to cause an infinite spam of particles, enough to I don't know if... I don't think there's any like cars with exhaust particles. Like car VFX. We can just look at this one. Like, none of these car VFX are even enabled in the first place for any of these cars. None of these cars have any visual effects enabled. So they shouldn't even be firing. Like, backfire, it's all turned off, so it wouldn't be that. But then again, I wasn't playing single, I was playing multiplayer, so I think maybe if I get into one of the cars... Like, this will enable the car VFX for that one, but I don't... If someone drives into this one, that could potentially cause some kind of issue. If someone drives into this car and breaks it in some unexpected ways. Smoke. They're like dot play. Yeah, that's on engine start, backfire particles. And these are all disabled, so it wouldn't be these. Still, I don't get why, like... But that's vehicle SFX. I'm looking at... Wait, did SFX have emit? No. I mean, here with the engine health, it's just setting it active or not. I hate these new line. Never a fan of that. But okay, so maybe it's not the particles then. I don't know. What the fuck could it be? What are you saying? End sight? But would this even tell me what specific... Yeah, but I mean, would it even tell me? Um, it's the bits that come after the crash that are the most helpful. Is there like there's no I need to know what was being rendered though. Would Insight tell me that? Problem is I don't even know how to recreate it in the first place. So it's sort of like pointless to run around trying to use Insight if I don't even know what causes the crash in the first place. Like if I don't know what point causes the crash. I know I've crashed before just flying around in my jetpack looking, I don't know, in like directions somewhere. Because it's not, it's, I guess you could call it a memory leak, but it's not really a memory leak. It's more like a memory flood. Spontaneous memory flood. Is it something I can have running and say like, hey, save the last 3 seconds or whatever? Every frame is multiple gigabytes? Oh, hell nah. Then I won't be able to do that, dude. That, like, the insight I need is, I need it for, the moment of crash. And I would assume that the crash happens in a single frame. Because that was the issue with, or like, over the course of maybe 1 second or something like that, You just get these instant, insane, high amounts of VRAM allocations. And in the context of the previous crash, it was like instantiating, I don't know how many particle systems. But again, I mean, I was the client. And I think that does tell me that, something was happening. Because the physics simulation for the host is always more accurate than the simulation on the client. Because I think I crashed. No, I remember I was crashing when I was driving my car up here. I was driving it up on the hill or something. I went off-road. Yeah, I did that yesterday. It's not the decent, because I was playing single player, so it's not that.